Hi everyone! Happy National Card Making Day. Today is October the 5th and it's National Card Making Day. So in honor of that I thought I would do something different. I have out my camcorder, which I usually just have like a little bloggy camera that I use, and it's on the tripod here. So I have a card that I sketched out that I thought I would make here with you. Now, I did do some prepping in that, so hopefully it's not too long, and if you're seeing this, it worked, because I'm just giving this a try for the first time. Okay, so I saw this card, and it's just like a little, it's supposed to be like a little easel chalkboard, and it was at a Scrapbook Mega Meet where I bought this stamp. It's Our Daily Bread. It's Amazing Grace, but it's chalkboard style. So all of the black is the part that gets stamped and the white is the part that's left behind, and it's supposed to look like a chalkboard. So I fell in love with it. I also bought it too because my grandmother's name was Grace and I really just love that. So I took a picture of the easel card that they had, so I have that on my computer, and I just kind of sketched it out. So this is what I'm going to try and do. I've already modified it a little bit. So I took this stamp and I stamped it out already. I embossed it with this embossing ink. It's called Verdigris. This is really old Artful Stamper. It's a company that's here in London, Ontario. It's very gorgeous. I just love it. There's greens, there's golds. It is beautiful. So I embossed it, cut it out. I inked the edges. On this I'm using Vintage Photo Distress ink, so I'm going to use that throughout. I already inked the edges and I already put some foam tape on it. So that is the focus on the front of my card. Now what I'm doing for the card base is, this is just cardstock. It's a little bit thicker. It's just something that I got. Sorry, I'm saying a lot. I buy some of my cardstock in Ohio. I haven't been in a little while, but there's a paper factory out there that we go to get paper, and this one was from there. It's a craft, but it's a little bit thicker. Like, it's not super flimsy. It's going to hold up nicely for a card. So I have that all, it's 5.5 by 5.5. I have already figured out where I'm going to cut out to make my easel. So as you can see, this is more of like a easel. This is just going to have little feet on the bottom. So just because of the size and everything. I think the sample that they had was more taller, but I just wanted to make it still fit in a square envelope. So that is my card base. And what I wanted to do is use this embossing folder. It's Derry's. It's just wood grain. So what I'm going to do, I have my Cuttlebug off to the side here. Just going to put it through, and I just want to emboss the front of the card. I'm not going to emboss the back. So basically I'm just going to fold it over, bring it up to the top as far as I want. So the fold of the card is up here, and then I'm going to put it through just that portion first. And 5.5 fits perfectly in the Cuttlebug. I don't have a bigger die cut machine. I'm happy with the Cuttlebug, so I just stick with that. I know I could get a Vagabond or whatever, but okay, so then that just embossed that portion, and I still have a little bit down here. So you just want to place your embossing folder. You want to line it up. You don't want to overlap it, but you do want to get it as close as possible. So I'm just going to place it on like that, and then just run it through for the bottom portion. Alright, I'm just going to put that off to the side and close this up and get it out of here. Okay, Okay, so that is the front of the card, all embossed out. And now what I want to do is I want to cut out where I had lined it up. So I actually like to kind of do it freehand with my craft knife. And because I've already drawn it out, I used a ruler, I drew it out. I can kind of see my card got mismatched there. So I do have a little bit of an edge on the back that's sticking out. So I'm just gonna fix that up first. Okay. And then I'm just gonna cut along the lines that I had drawn out. And I want to make sure I'm going through both because I want the front and the back of the card to line up. I know it's scary not to use a ruler or anything, but that's just the way I am. My crafting's not supposed to be perfect. I'm just going to clean up that edge a little. Go. Clean up this one. And there we are. So there's my little easel. And now, get rid of this. See, white rose. Old craft store, long gone in Canada. So then I'm going to take my Distress ink. I just touched it with my finger, yes I did. And I'm just going to lightly rub just so I can enhance the edges and the embossing at the same time. So most of my card is going to be covered up, but I do want to get some ink on some of those grain lines to make it look like a nice piece of wood. I'm not rubbing really hard, but I am putting a little bit of pressure on there. And then while I'm at it, I do like to ink all my edges, so I'm just going to go all the way around. And on the inside also, because we're going to decorate the inside. That's something I don't usually get to because of my procrastinating. You can see how when you do it, holding it in your hand, it goes a little bit darker than if you use the craft mat. Sorry, all thumbs. I'll just do a little on the edges up here. My desk is a little creaky because it's just a IKEA. Okay, and then to make sure I don't get ink anywhere, I keep baby wipes here in my craft room. And I'm just gonna wipe off that ink. Just keep this off to the side to use it again. And this is just a piece of flannel that I keep. I have a couple more, but I just keep the flannel here in my craft room so I can use it as a cloth if I ever need to wipe anything. There's lots of paint, ink, whatever. Okay, so there is my easel base. It'll be a lot sturdier after everything's on top of it, but there it is. Now for the front, I have already cut out a Spellbinders. So this is the Fleur de Lis rectangles, and it's the biggest one in there, and it fits perfectly around the sign. Now for this I'm using, it's Authentique paper. Let me just see. Lovely is the collection. So it's from Valentine's Day. but I just happened to find some more at my local store here and grabbed a couple of them because I just love, there's like music notes, there's flowers, hearts, and they're all double-sided. I really, really, really like double-sided paper because then you don't have to worry if edges are sticking out, just anything. It has a really cute cutout card too with little valentines. So as soon as I ripped a page out, it did the whole package. So alright, so, and I've also put some foam tape on this one too. And here's that one. So what I'm going to do is take the foam tape off here, or the backing, sorry. This stuff is really staticky. That's the only thing. I love it, but... Alright, so I'm just going to place this on here. So there, it's all nicely framed out, and I did go around the edges with the Vintage Photo Distress ink on the Spellbinders also. Now this is the part pretty much I've gotten to here, and then this is where I have a bunch of flowers and ribbons and pearls, and pretty much we're gonna wing it from here. So hope my video is not too long. So we're just going to place it down there. So that in itself is just super cute. I just love that. And then it'll just stand up when it wants to. Now I did already pre-cut for the inside. This one is 3.5 by 4.5, or no, sorry, this one is not. This one is 5 by 4. So that is the same pattern paper that I used on the Spellbinders on the front. And I'm just going to, sorry, ink up the edges here. And then this one is 3.5 by 4.5. This is just confetti cardstock. I believe it's from Staples. I've had it forever. I just like it because it's got little bits of blue. There's a little bit of like pinkish reds just in the little confetti that's in the paper. So it's just better than using plain white cardstock to me. I like that. So again, just gonna wipe that off. Don't want to get ink anywhere else. And then I have my ATG gun here. Just gonna tape up the edges. And center it in there. It's kind of a shame that that pretty pattern gets covered up, but gotta let it go. One of my hard things is I buy all these pretty papers and then I don't want to use them because I just like them so much. So. And then I'm just going to put that in here. So there's the inside of the card. All done up nicely. Now, I have pulled out a couple of items. Sorry, this is where the crinkly comes in. These ones are from Wild Orchid Crafts. So these are the white poppies. I picked them out because I thought they were just so cute. I haven't used them yet, so I thought this might be a good idea. Love the little black stamen in them. And then my first ever tulips. So these are the 40 mixed pink tone tulips. There's the code there. And I pulled out the off-white carnations. Sorry, my hands are shaky. And then I took out these white pearl buckles. Don't know if we can use that for something. And I did, this is the half back pearl trim. Wasn't sure, I might put this around the edges here to edge out the chalkboard. I have some pink roses. These are from Mona Me Gabby. It was just, I believe, at Mega Meat also in Novi, Michigan, where I got those. And I pulled out a couple of the wooden butterflies. And then I have some other trims, and these are all from Hobby Lobby. Just a twine braid. I have a little bloomers trim. This is one I've had for a while, a little polka dot pink. And I pulled out this. I'm not sure if we're going to use this though. I was thinking underneath, but too late. So that's out of the question. Alright. I have my glue gun plugged in. Let me grab my pliers. So this is the fun part. This is where we just mix and match. Sorry again about the crinkling. I should have opened these ahead of time, but those are so cute. Those are really cute. And they're a nice size for cards. That's the thing, is I wanted some little, I've got lots of big roses and stuff, but I wanted something little just to fill things in. So, you see, these are, oh, my extra stash drawers under here. These are just the little bling picks from Hobby Lobby in the wedding section. So maybe we'll add some of that in there too. I like this, that you can just kind of move it around, do whatever you want with it. I'm just gonna grab some leaves. That was one thing I forgot about. If I can find them. And there. Sorry about that. Okay, so these ones are I Am Roses. And these are just, there's the code. I don't know if they've changed them. I bought these a while ago. They're just the little green rose leaves. Just tiny size. Well, not tiny, but they're 1.5 inches length. Okay. This is where I need some background music. Maybe one day I'll learn how to edit. Alright. So I think I'm just going to do like a little arrangement off to the side here and towards the bottom. So sorry it's going to be kind of upside down to you, but we'll go with this and see. So I'm just going to add in a leaf, and then I'm going to add one in from this direction also, and pull one of these blings down towards the bottom. So I'm just kind of shaping a corner here to kind of get my base. And then I can glue this down and use it to glue the other flowers too. Sorry if you hear little noises. Jonathan's in his bedroom right beside me. Beside that wall over there. And he's playing. I think I hear cars touching the wall, which I'm not too happy about. Okay. So all my wires are tucked in the middle. Sorry. Got, like, you can see one side, other side. So then we're just going to shape it until I get it where I want. And then I'm just going to glue this part right here. Right down there. This is where we're going to try not to burn our fingers. Okay. I want to use some of these tulips. I haven't used them yet. That'll be pretty right there. So I have the dropsies. That and the nervousies. And I'm trying not to throw my whole body at you guys. This is not easy. So this one I just trimmed close to the end because I just want to place it in there. And it doesn't really need a stem because it's going to be one of my covering. It's going to cover up all the wires in there. It's always good sometimes if you want to leave a little bit of wire on and then just twist it up and make a little loop just like this. And that's where you can put your glue and use that to glue it down to your project. Because sometimes you don't always want the glue right on your flower. And then these are the biggest ones that I'm using right now. So this is going to be my filler flower, just to cover over top. Got it right in the glue there. So that's what I have so far. And then I'm going to take some of these pink ones. Alright, that is beautiful. There it is. Let's bring in there. It's got a little bit of bling on each side. Woo! I really do the dropsies today. So then I can either use one of these either stick a little pearl heart in there, I'm just going to put some ribbon on it, or we can use one of these butterflies, which I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do first is use some ink. To just accent the edges. So then you can see the difference. This is just plain, and then with the ink on the edges, it just gives it that little bit more texture to it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down on the bottom and stick it in there. I want it to come out a little bit. So you see it's got a little bit of lift to it. It's not right flat to the page. And just adds that little bit to the card. See, not standing up. So then on the inside, I'll clean up my mess later. This is where I will bring in some pearl trim. And this one here is just a little bit wonky. Like, you don't always get perfect when you buy these. So what I'm going to do is trim off just before that one. And I always trim right close to the edge on the one on the end so you don't have little strings sticking out. And do the same on this side here. And then what I do with this is always put a little bit of glue on the first two. And then I can just place it where I want it to go so that those two are holding it in place. And then from there, I just flip it back and I just put a tiny bit of glue. And if I wasn't doing this on video, I have another glue, not hot glue, that I use on this kind of stuff. It works really good for trims and laces. Pretty sure. It's kind of like Fabri-Tac. This is from Dollar Giant here in Canada. And I love it. You can see it's moving really slow in there. So it actually gives you little spider webs like a hot glue gun does. And it just holds everything so well. So it works really good for trims and like these beaded ones, any lace, fabric, anything like that. It does, you have to hold it just for a little bit, but same thing with hot glue. You gotta hold stuff down. So then I always kind of have to miss one just to get to the end here. So there we go. So far, just a little bit of pearl. And I think what I'm going to do is just do up a little flower spray. That was a little too short, but it'll have to do. Just gonna glue this down. Put a little bit of glue on there to keep those flowers in place. And then take one of these poppies. I always hate when that happens. Drop it too fast. Oh, I got glue on my tulips. Luckily they're paper, so if you just rub it, you can get it to come off. I'm going to glue this one down too. So there we go, just a little bit of flowers in the corner there. Makes it a little bit chunky, but it's not too bad. So there's my finished card. Love it. Alright, so happy National Card Making Day, everybody. Get out there and make some cards. Hopefully, if my day goes good, I can make some more and share with you again. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Have a great night. Leave a comment, subscribe if you wish. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.